So, the new King of the Hill reboot just started airing today, and I have some opinions that I will wait until I finish watching the whole series to share. But in the meantime, it did make me start thinking about the beautiful, iconic, talented, perfect, amazing Margaret Hill. Honestly, she's somebody that everyone in the community loves to dog on, and I don't think that that's fair. She's a mother, she's an educated, she's talented, she's kind, and she does her best. She tries. What can you say? Do you always try? You know, we've got already people who analyze Peggy about her personality, her relationship with her mom, blah, 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 whatever. That's boring. Today, we're going to analyze Peggy through style.
Tell me, baby, do you want it?
Hi, my name is Dominique. This is my cat baby, Peggy. She just left and shut the door on me. Yes, she is named after that Peggy. But honestly, her full name is Pegatha Iris Sneed Fawn Snipsnap. I did want her to be a Peggy, but she's not a Margaret. You know what I mean? She is smart like one though. Speaking of smart, let's begin our style analysis with Peggy's everyday outfit. This generally consists of a mint top, a blue wide-leg denim Bermuda short, and interestingly enough, this style has become super popular in this past year or so. I even purchased a pair for my sister's birthday. And I just got her a green top. Let's see how good she looks. Yeah, Miss Hill was ahead of her time, I'm not gonna lie. That drag queen was right when she said Peggy had style, I'll just say that. Speaking of that, she tends to stick to very structured garments. When she leaves and she does wear something that's not just her shirt or her flannel, she tends to wear something that has a button down, something with a collar, and usually a mid-length skirt.
Sorry, everybody thinks you're a man, Aunt Peggy.
Okay, stay with me, because I know I'm gonna sound crazy. But let's think about the color mint for a second. Mint is blue with a little yellow, right? Mint is blue, green, yeah? Peggy wears blue a lot. Even her denim shorts are blue. But I believe she wears blue primarily when she's performing. I don't think Peggy actually likes the color blue. When she lost herself in the pageant, what color was she wearing? Blue. When she was in church, what color does she wear? Blue. Her nightgown, sometimes blue, sometimes purple, depends on the lighting, but I think it's blue. Senorita Peggy, what does she wear? Blue. Peggy on the field trip to Mexico? Blue. Why does she feel the need to wear blue? Our girl Peggy has a thing for blue. I feel like that's very symbolic of Peggy's struggle to feel like a woman. One of the only times that we do see her wearing pink or red in the series is when she gave birth to her son, which I think is actually a very beautiful touch. If this was all meant to be, honestly, it's all made up. It's all fun. I don't believe that any of this is very intentional by the creators. But I do like the idea that the blue symbolizes her struggle for femininity because, as we all know, the main source of her insecurities in the series comes from her mom. Her mom is the main source of her insecurities and probably one of the most influential women in her life. And what color was her mom wearing the day that Peggy got her cycle, the day that Peggy became a woman? She was wearing a blue, structured button-down top. I don't think that this is a coincidence. I think that Peggy tends to wear blue when she is trying to perform femininity. She wears blue when she's trying to perform a role that may not always feel natural to her. And to finish this segment out, may I ask you what potty part Miss Senorita Hill is most insecure about? Got it? Locked it in? Obviously it's her feet, we all know that.
For God's sakes, Boomhauer, you've known Peggy longer than I have. She respects herself and hates her feet too much to ever show up on something like this.
But may I ask you, what color was the shoe when we were first introduced to this insecurity and when it was most important?
Oh my, Peggy Hill, what big feet you have, like boat.
Well, that's just the way God made me.
I rest my case.
I can take care of it, Hank. Luckily, I have enough faith in me for the both of us.
So let's talk about red. Min's everyday outfit is a yellow top and a red skirt. Nancy's everyday outfit is a pink top and blue jeans. Luann's everyday outfit is a green top and red pants. Who doesn't wear red? Peggy. I feel like the reds and pinks are colors that Peggy likes to wear, the colors that Peggy would love to let herself wear, but she never lets herself feel fully feminine. When do we see her wear these colors in the series? I have 3 specific times that I think are very, very important.
I always kind of believed that playing with that puppy was the one thing that finally relaxed me in my me, enough for us to have a baby.
So the other 2 times that you notice Peggy Hill wearing anything close to red or pink would be when she was dressed by other people who did appreciate her femininity and helped her feel that and express it as well. The first person I want to talk about is Tammy Duval. That was the prostitute from Oklahoma City who they became swift friends, and Peggy tried to teach how to read so that she could get her GED. Now, she dressed Peggy in a long sleeve, off the shoulder red, pinkish top with a black jumper on top. And honestly, Peggy felt really good in this outfit. She didn't realize it was risque or anything like that. She thought that people just appreciated her and her femininity finally. We don't really see her in red again. This is up until she meets a drag queen named Carolyn at a Bigfoot lady shoe store. I relate to this a lot. I'm also a Bigfoot girl. So it does tend to get difficult to find shoes that are in our size. And Peggy was starting to feel ugly and mannish. It reminded her of her childhood when she had to wear nurses' shoes. Honestly, I get it. It made her feel uncomfortable with her femininity. Carolyn expressed to Peggy that she was a strong woman with a strong point of view and made strong outfit choices. That's something that's important to her.
Peggy, drag queens model themselves after strong, substantial, fearless women. Women who aren't afraid to wear purple gauchos and MC Hammer glasses. Women who only need one name to describe themselves, like Liza, Barbara, and Cher. You, my dear, are simply Peggy.
Peggy.
And that's something that I think really does define Peggy. I think she is a strong woman with strong opinions and strong, bold outfit choices. During her time hanging out with Carolyn, she became progressively more comfortable to the point that she was going to do a drag performance herself. Of course, Carolyn also thought that Peggy was a drag queen, but once she realized the situation, she did reach out to her and set up a clothing swap so that Peggy can feel like she was a part of a community. That's important because at the beginning of the show, all the other more traditionally feminine characters, such as Min, oh God bless, love her, Luann, and Nancy, had a clothing swap and nobody wanted to swap clothes with her.
Oh, sure. Surely someone will want these overalls.
Is this what I think it is? A denim vest with appliques on it?
Oh, I want that.
In short, these 2 people helped Peggy find her femininity when they helped Peggy find her inner beauty. They dressed her in red. And those, I think, were some of the top moments when Peggy felt most confident.
That outfit, it's very becoming.
Both of those characters were teaching Peggy to embrace her femininity, but Peggy was apprehensive toward it. Peggy felt uncomfortable, and they eventually allowed her to come out of her shell and try those colors on. I also do want to note that 2 very intimate clothing items, her panties and her robe, are both a pink color.
I believe you will find that I have no testicles.
When Peggy dresses herself and she wants to feel beautiful, what color does she tend to wear? Purple. And let me tell you why I think that is. Peggy. Blue is her performance color. Red is the color of femininity she wishes to achieve. I think purple meets right in the middle. So when she wants to feel beautiful, I think she wants to reach for those reds. I think she wants to reach for those warmer tones, but she doesn't feel confident and comfortable enough. So she meets in the middle from what she's comfortable with and where she naturally stands and where she wants to be, but maybe doesn't feel so confident that she'll ever get there. The main dress Peggy wears when she goes out is this simple purple dress. It's not super figure hugging, it ends at a modest length, and she feels beautiful in it. On the rare occasion she really wanted to go out, she wore a beautiful violet pantsuit. Closer to blue in color, maybe she was performing more that night. It was themed a birthday party, who's to tell? But a shade of blue, a shade of purple in between. Some other notable instances of Peggy wearing purple would be when she sometimes substitute teachers or when she's out on town. She is sometimes wearing a purple button-down blouse and a blue A-line skirt.
Hank. No more painting my toenails alone in the dark. I don't care who sees.
In conclusion, I think what Peggy wears silhouette-wise is quite standard and rigid, and I think it suits her character well. You know, button-downs, A-line skirts, that suits her character well. I think the real story is in the colors. I think the colors are where you find out how Peggy's actually feeling, because she puts on a front. She has to, based off of how she was raised. She has to always look like a confident woman. But in real life, I think you'd be able to observe through color how she actually feels in the moment. If she's truly passionate, if she's truly comfortable, she truly feels beautiful. Reds, yellows. If she wants to feel beautiful and she's working to get there, purples. If she feels like she has to put on a performance, she feels a little fish out of water, blue. I really do think that if you take this color theory, true or not, into consideration, you might have a more charitable view of Peggy Hill. It may seem like she's arrogant and like she feels like she knows everything, but maybe she just feels like she has to put on a performance that she's always had to put on her whole life, and a performance that she will continue to put on. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye. Now, I think y'all need to put a little respect on Miss Peggy Hill's name. She's a hardworking mother, she's an educator, and she's doing her best. I know that she doesn't always do the right thing, but the girl's got trauma and, well, she's trying. You know, sometimes if nobody's gonna boost you up, you gotta boost you up. And let me tell you one more thing. Miss Peggy Margaret Hill is a fashion icon. Next question.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
Got feet.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.